Hey all, so today we're going to be working with area and volume, but we're going to be doing something a little bit different with it, where what we're going to be doing is we're going to be finding the missing information. So I made my notes to look very similar to the work that you're going to be doing today. So I'm going to be showing you how I'm inputting it on the computer and stuff while we do this. So, for example 1, it says the area of the triangle below is 48 meters squared. Find the height. So I look at this shape and I see that it has the area. So first, I'm finding the formula for the area, because it's talking about area, of a triangle. So when you go to your MCAS reference sheet, you notice the area is 1/2 base times height. And that is the area for a triangle. So note how we have 3 different letters here. So the information, there's an A, a B, and an H. So A is our area. I look back to the figure. Right here it tells me that the area is 48. Alright, I look back at the figure. B means base. I don't have my base here, so I don't know what my base is. The next thing, it asks us for the height. I know what my height is because it's drawn right there. It's 12. So now that I have this information that's supposed to say the base. So now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be plugging in what I have. So instead of the A from up here, I'm going to be writing 48 equals, then again I have 1/2, then my base, I don't know my base, so I'm going to put B, times my height, which is 12. So I know that part. I just plugged in the information I had. So now we're going back to algebra. We're going to be solving for B. So when I solve for B, first, what should I do? I have 48 equals, I'm going to do 1/2 times 12. So that would give me 6 times B. All right, now what do I do to get the B alone? I divide. So I'm going to get out my nifty calculator. You can always go to Desmos or whatever. So then I divide 48 divided by 6, and I should get 8 equals B. So that means my base is 8 meters. So notice how we're working in meters squared here. So this is 8, and that's it. We're just combining what we've been doing. So that's with area. Let's look at this one right here. It says the volume of the pyramid below is 100 centimeters cubed. Find the height. All right, so here we're looking for the volume of what is this? This is a pyramid. And it's not only a pyramid, it's a square pyramid. I did spell that right. So remember the volume equals big B times H, but more specifically in our case here, what is going on? Our volume equals the big B, so I need to look at my base. It looks like my base is a square here. So the area for a square is this, because it's the sides squared, because 5 times 5. You could also, if you think of it in a different way, you could also write length times width, and that's the same exact thing. And then height over here. So, information. I have a V that I need to be looking for, an L, I need to be looking for a W, and an H. So there's lots of different things I need to be looking at for. So my V, my volume, it says over here it's 100. My L, which is my length, all right, that's 5 over here. My width is 5 as well. And my height, that's the thing I don't know. So that's what I'm going to be figuring out. So again, just like before, you plug it in. I would have 100 equals 5 times 5 times H, because I don't know what that H is. So then I simplify. 100 equals 25 times h. And then what's our last step? Divide. So 100 divided by 25 is 4 equals h. I did this wrong. Can anyone figure out what did I do wrong? I thought it was a prism. I wasn't even thinking. It's a pyramid. So what did I forget from my formula if it's a pyramid? I forgot the 1/3, which is fine. I can just add it in right now. So I forgot that 1/3. So that means I need to add that 1/3 here. That means I need to add that 1/3 here as well, which means my height is not 4. I need to do 1/3 times 25, which is the same thing as 25 divided by 3. So I have 100 equals 8.33333, whatever, times h. Now what do? I divide. So I do 100 divided by, I'm going to do 2 decimal places. So I recommend anytime you're using a number that has a repeated decimal, do 2 decimal places at least, so it'll be the closest it can be. So I do 100 divided by 8.3, and I get 12.004, whatever. I'm just going to, again, round to do 2 decimal places, equals h. So that means in this case, my height is 12 what's? Centimeters. So all you're doing for finding the missing thing is combining what we know about volume and about area with what we know about algebra and with what we know about solving for missing things. So I could do these two. Yeah, I'll do them with you just so we can do them, but I'm going to do them a little bit faster. So this third one. The volume of the pyramid below is 48 centimeters cubed. Find the length of the sides of the base. So we're looking for the formula of the volume of a square pyramid. Sorry, pyramid's a hard thing to spell for me. So again, we're basically doing the same thing here. So the volume is what? Volume is 1/3 big B times h. In this case, the volume is 1/3. What is the big B? Sides squared, or length times height, then times h. So what information do I have? I'm looking at my V, I'm looking at my S, I'm looking at my H. Oops. I'm looking at my H. H, not G. So volume, I look over here, what's my volume? 48. Sides, looking for my sides. I don't know, that's what I'm trying to figure out. And then height? 9. So I just plug everything in. So I have 48 equals 1/3 sides squared, because I don't know what my sides are, times 9. So I want you to try this and tell me, what did you get when you did this? You should have gotten sides squared to be 16, which would mean the opposite of squared is square root. So S, just one singular side, would be 4. So that means the length of the sides of the base is 4 centimeters. And then the very last one, I want you to try it on your own. I'm just going to write the answer. So try this on your own first. So you should have gotten this for your first part. You're having the volume is base times height, which is the area of the base, which is length times width. So remember, this is a rectangular prism. All right, keep going. All right, your next part, you just plug in the information. You should have gotten V is 148. We don't know the length. W is 4, and H is 5. Now the very last step, what is the length of the prism? This very last part, you should have gotten 7.4 centimeters. So notice how I did some rewriting here between this and this. The reason that I can still do things is because it's called the associative identity of multiplication, which means that even though these are associating at first because of those parentheses, because this is also multiplication, I can choose to have these next to actually associate, which is how I got that 4 times 5 to be 20 to actually solve. So that's just one of the cool properties that technically you should have learned a while ago, but honestly, they're really hard to actually remember what they're called or how to use them. So that is all for this week. This week is a little weird because we are going to be having only one assignment with the math. So you just did your ed puzzle. This assignment that you're getting today is for today and Wednesday, and then you'll have your regular reflection. So make sure you're doing all of that. I hope you have a super good week.